Hi, I'm Meredith Murphy.
And I'm DJ Carey.
And this is the St. Patrick's Day edition of MCTV News, which will consist of us wearing green, some Irish step dancing, and a possible appearance by a leprechaun. Stay tuned.
In other news, it's March Madness, and time to fill out your brackets. Meredith, who are you picking?
I am rooting for St. John's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm a big UConn fan. I've loved them for a while.
Well, they won the Big East tournament,
yeah, it was
so
a great,
they have a
great
good
run,
chance.
so I'm excited. Hopefully they can keep it up. But you want to tell us what's going on?
Absolutely. On Friday, starting at 9 a.m., there will be a theater design exhibition of costume lighting and set design by senior theater design majors on display in the Galleria lobby of the Baker Center for the Arts. This exhibition will be on display till April 3rd. Also on Friday, the Acapella St. Patrick's Day concert will occur at 11:30 p.m. in the Red Door. On Saturday, between 4 and 6, senior Samantha Sembler will present her vocal recital in the Rehearsal House Room 101. Also in the rehearsal house from 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Saturday, voice students of Margaret Hanegraaff will present a recital of small ensemble works. And finally for Saturday, singer-songwriter Scott McKenna will perform in Seegers Union at 10 p.m. On Sunday from 12 to 8 p.m., the Muhlenberg Theater Association will present a festival of theatrical performances, performed and directed, in some cases written by Muhlenberg students. Performances run throughout the day in the Black Box, and the festival ends Tuesday, March 22nd. Also on Sunday, senior Shannon Wittenberger will present her senior recital at 5 p.m. in the Egner Memorial Chapel. On Monday, there will be a lecture by Lisa and Ilse Klinghoffer about combating terrorism from 7 to 9 p.m. in the Hillel House. Also on Monday, community garden workdays will resume from 4:30 to 6:30. On Tuesday, voice students will compete in the Lehigh Sagerbond Voice Competition at 6:45 in Recital Hall. Also on Tuesday at 7:30 in the Red Door, there will be a screening of the Academy Award-nominated film, The Garden, which sounds like a really interesting film, so make sure you check it out. Throughout the next coming weeks, the Martin Art Gallery will present the exhibition Ellen Frank's Cities of Peace that will be available for viewing between 12 and 8 p.m. And don't forget, next Wednesday is Mr. Muhlenberg at 7:30 p.m. in Memorial Hall. Admission is free. That's all I have. Here's DJ with the sport.
Thanks, Meredith. While many students were relaxing on spring break, that was not the case for nearly all of the spring sports teams, as they continued play over the week-long recess. The baseball team headed to sunny Vero Beach, Florida for the break, and even though the weather was nice, that was about the only thing they enjoyed during their stay. The team lost all 11 of the games it played on the trip. One bright spot for the Mules was senior third baseman Bobby Spindler, who went 2 for 3 in both games of a doubleheader against St. Scholastica. He returned from Florida with a solid .351 batting average and 8 hits on the trip. The Mules will look to get back on track when they face TCNJ this week. Unlike the baseball team, the Muhlenberg softball team had a successful trip to the Sunshine State, winning 5 of the 7 games they played. Muhlenberg finished his trip with an 8-1 win against Leslie to return home with a 5-2 overall record. The other scheduled game against Sibbins was canceled. Senior Ashley Brewer was named Centennial Conference Player of the Week for her efforts in Claremont. She set a school record with 7 RBIs and became the program's all-time leader in home runs in a 15-4 win against Northwestern. Brewer also had a double, a triple, and 2 stolen bases on the week. The Lady Mules will take on Drew later this week. Not to be outdone, the women's lacrosse team also enjoyed a very successful spring break as they headed to Hilton Head, South Carolina, and returned home with 3 more W's to move them to 4-0 on the season. They started the trip with 2 blowouts, first beating Misericordia 15-3 and then defeating Rochester 14-5. They ended the 3-game series with a close 13-10 win over Susquehanna. Senior attack Danielle Rosen was named Centennial Conference Player of the Week for her efforts. She had 9 goals and 11 assists in the 3 games they played. Also playing well for the Lady Mules was junior Angela Napolitano, who had 11 goals and 3 assists on the week. The Lady Mules open up conference play this weekend at Franklin and Marshall. Lastly, while the men's lacrosse team stayed on campus for spring break, they won 2 of the 3 games they played. First with a 10-5 road win over Scranton, then following a tough 17-10 loss against Stevens Tech, they bounced back on Saturday to defeat St. Mary's 9-5. In the game against the Seahawks, junior midfielder Zach Armstrong scored 2 goals after only scoring 3 goals in his entire career leading up to that game. Junior attackman Alex Ardolino also played well, recording his 2nd hat-trick of the season, and all-conference goalie Mike Horowitz recorded 16 saves in a solid all-around effort by the Mules. At 2-3 on the season, they look to get back to 500 when they head to Franklin and Marshall on Saturday. That's all I have. Now to Brittany with the weather.
Thanks, guys. Well, today we're looking at a little bit of rain, but we're in for a beautiful St. Patrick's Day and the following day. We're going to get a lot of sun. It's going to be nice and warm, 60s, 70s, gorgeous. Going into the weekend, we're going to see a little bit of cloudiness, but it's still going to be pretty warm. So thank you, March. Again, Sunday, it's going to still be pretty warm. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to have some clouds, maybe a little bit of rain on Tuesday, but it looks like things are warming up nicely, and we're in for a great rest of our March. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brittany. That wraps it up for this edition of the St. Patrick's Day themed MCTV. I hope everyone has a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Meredith Murphy.
And I'm DJ Carey. Have a great week, Muhlenberg.
And on behalf of all the Gingers on Muhlenberg's campus, happy St. Patrick's Day! Woo!